Hello, lovely Dylusionists. Come into the studio. Come in, squeeze up because it's raining and can you hear the wind? And it's supposed to be really windy today. Anyway, come in, come in, come in. Just leave the brollies outside so they don't drip. Wonderful, wonderful. How are we all? What I'm going to talk about is my new nesting boxes. These were released in, oh my gosh, July I think, released the nesting boxes, okay, and I haven't had chance to do some videos for you, so here we go. I thought I'm going to do a little series on decorating the nesting boxes. If you wonder what the nesting boxes are, let me just take this off. Now, if you're going to play along with me in this series, keep this because I do use it later on. So this is how they come. They come with a plastic wrap round as well. I just took the plastic off to save it crinkling. But they come with a plastic wrap round, okay? And they come like this. So you have in here 3 boxes, okay? Oops. We've got that one. We have this one. And we have this one, okay? So they're called boxes because that's what they are. You can use these as boxes. You could just use it as a box. You could put something in. You could put your, like this one here. This one has just every now and again, these are all my cat stickers. Every now and again I do a little bit of, you know, look at all these cat stickers. So this is my cat sticker box. So you can use them as boxes. But what I tend to do the most is I use them like this as the trays, and I have in here all my cutout stamps. I have all my the reason these aren't decorated is I'm going to show you all the decorated ones, so I've just swapped them into plain ones. But I have all my collage in these. I have all my stamps in these. So what you would do is, sorry, when they're brand new, they just take a little, they just need to give a little, but you can stack them inside out, okay? You can stack them inside out like so, and then you can have them as stacking trays. And then if you've seen me on my travels, if you've seen me in America or anything like that, I have them with me. But remember, this is a new set. Once you've used it a few times, they're just easier to maneuver. I'm making it look difficult, but I'm having a problem with my hand at the moment. My hand is numb, so I'm making it look really bad, so sorry about that. But anyway, so when I'm traveling, I have them all like this, and then I just put the lid on the top. And if they're full, you know, these will sit higher. If you look at these don't sit down flat. Can you see they're sitting higher? So if they're full and I'm traveling, I take one of my dialogue elastics, I put the lid on, and I just use it like that, okay? And then I take them with me. So I usually have collar. I've got quite a lot of, actually I think I've got 20 sets now because I love them. I've got 20 sets in use here, and then I've got more in America. Okay, so first of all, the box is really, really firm. It's really firm. I used to use all kinds of boxes before, and the corners always would split because I was using them that much. This is so firm. It's a lovely, lovely surface. You can paint straight on here. You know, all sorts. It's really, really nice to use. You could doodle straight on the top and leave the background white. You know, anything like that. So, oh, you could leave them plain. You could leave them totally plain. A lot of people asked me why I didn't do them craft, but I wanted the white. If you do craft, which is like my journals, and you want a bright finish, you have to paint it white. So I thought, you know what, let's do these white to start with. So that's why they're white. So you get 3 box sets in each. When you buy the set, there's 3 of these boxes in, so it makes 3 boxes, or it makes 6 trays. Okay, so I'm going to show you some ready decorated, and then I'm going to do a video sort of on each. I probably won't do all 3 in a set, but I will show you how we're doing them. So this set here, I've emptied them all so I can show you. This set here is all done with paint, just baby wiped. This is paint baby wiped on the top, okay? This set I did greens, then I did pink, then I did greens on the bottom. So I've painted, I've stenciled, I've written, oh, I love a good box, I don't know why. I've written bottom on there. And I've left the insides white. I do like the insides plain so that I can see the products better, but you can decorate it. So that was the first one of those three. This is the second one, done the same, but in pinks. I've written bottom again. Oh, that's not meant to be on there. I quite like it though. Maybe I should stick it on. And then a quote on the top. It says they're all made out of ticky-tacky and they all look just the same, which is a well-known box song. And then green again at the bottom. So I did top and bottom the same. And here's a quote from Ashanti, and it says, "It is important to never limit yourself and to find yourself in a box." And again, I've written bottom on there. So that's a painted set. You can go to town, you can do tons, or you can just do not a lot. So let's put that one out there. Now this set, Emmy did actually, and this, oh, I've got them all upside down. This is a collaged set, okay, and this actually holds Christmas collage in this one. So what Emmy did here was she just took the ready-made collage sheets and she stuck them on. Some of them are the backgrounds, and then she added little images over the top. So again, I shall do this. She's folded over the top. You might want to trim it at the top, you know, it depends, entirely up to you, but she's done the top one as Christmas. The second one, she's used sets 3 and 4. These are sets 3 and 4 of the collage. And then, oops, oh my goodness me. It's because it's my hand. I'm so sorry. I probably shouldn't be doing videos like this when my hand's numb. But anyway, so that's the middle. And then the bottom is using sets 1 and 2. I've put the lid on the wrong way. I've been emptying them all, especially for this video. So this is from sets 1 and 2, and she's put an image. So she's added extra images on top of the backgrounds, but mainly backgrounds. You can see where she's added these on, and then she's added one of the postcards. That's a really lovely set. But you could also do this, you know, when you're giving Christmas presents and things like that. Look at that. They just look so nice. So that's a collaged set. Here's another painted set, but this set is painted and then doodled, okay? So remember me saying keep hold of, the lid on this is wrong as well. Remember me saying keep hold of the packaging? That's what I've used on here. I've used the packaging on the top and the bottom. So on this one, I've painted it black and then I've doodled. I painted inside black as well on this one, but I don't normally. I normally leave it. But I've painted it and doodled, and I've used the actual packaging on there. On the middle one, I have painted it and then I've hand doodled on there. I did the same top and bottom, and then I've added the stripes. And on the very bottom one here, I've just painted the bottom one black. I don't know if I ran out of time, I don't know, but I painted the bottom one black, and this one has got a stencil doodled, and then I've added a sticky back canvas on the top. So this is that set there. Do I keep them in sets? Sometimes I can tell, you know, like when I look at the collaged ones, I know there's collage in there. But sometimes I'll just mix them all up. But that's what that set looks like. And then I've just got one of this last set because I've run out of things to swap. So this set here is using sticky back canvas, okay? So the bottom is just plain. I normally would paint the bottom. And this has got the sticky back canvas round, and then I've added the black on there, okay? And I have a whole set of these, but I do tend to do only the lids. I don't do the bottoms because sticky back canvas is thicker than paper. So if you've got thickness after thickness, when you're stacking them, they probably won't stack very well, okay? I couldn't put, if I put canvas on the bottom of this, the lid wouldn't fit on. Okay, also if you notice, I haven't taken this over the edge, I haven't taken it over like that, because again it wouldn't fit. So the thicker the thing you're putting on the top, you would stop it, you wouldn't curl it over. Okay, so and then this one is made using as we make all the other ones. Okay, so I'm going to keep this out, and that's going to end up as this. Okay, so throughout the series I'll be adding to this one, and then I'll show you this one at the end. There is loads more that you can do. I've got boxes done with the blocking technique. I might add more in. These were just a few that I just pulled off to show you what I'd done. Okay, so I'm going to start today, because this video is a bit longer with me having the introduction. I am going to is that a lid or a bottom? Sorry. I am going to decorate. You want the lid for this. I'm going to use the canvas. So this is what I'm going to use, okay? The sticky back canvas comes in packs like this, and you just peel off the backing. Okay, I think this is set 4. Yeah, this is set 4. So over the years there's been 4 sets, and they all work together, and they're all images from my large ledger journal, which was completed I think in, oh gosh, 2008, I'm not sure, but anyway, this is tattooed on my leg, that one. A few of these I don't know if there's any more tattoos on here. No. One of my favourite ever is Survivor. I've got this tattooed on. So these two, I have a whole leg of my art, would you believe? So anyway, so this is set 4, but you can use any of them at all. And when I'm adding on, I like to sort of brickwork. So I like to sort of have one like that, and then like this, but then the next one, it will be like this. Okay, so let's do it. So I use a little scalpel, first of all I think to myself, what is going to be my main image? I think I'm going to go for that one, because it is one of my favourite. So you just peel back some, because it's sticky. Okay, so you peel back some, and then I do it by eye. You could measure, but I just do it by eye. Where is the centre? I never really measure much. So I stick down that bit, and then I'm slowly going to pull that back and press this down at the same time, so I don't get any bubbles in there. Okay, and then I'm going to work to the side. So this one would probably be better at that side, that would probably be better at that side, that doesn't really matter, and that will probably be better at that side. So that's what I do. Okay, so first of all I'm going to start with this one actually, and I'm going to start it from here and bend it over. Okay, so I'm going to pull up the sticky on the bottom. I need to line it. Actually, I'm going to go the other way. Sorry, I'm going to go this way. Okay, so I'm going to pull the sticky from the side, and then I want to line it up and see how far that looks good. So I'm going to line it up there, and then I'm going to peel it off that way. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it upside down, get myself one of my my cutting mat, and then from the corner here I'm just going to draw out, and then I'm going to fold this side up. Okay, if you wanted it really flush, we could cut this corner off. That's entirely up to you. But what I tend to do is I fold that and then I just tend to fold it over like so. Can you see? Just wrap it round the corner. So it's up to you, but that's how I will do that edge, okay? And then I'm going to do the bottom one here. So again, let's just fold the side, and this is how far I want it down. So I want it to be on a level. So if I place that here, that's where I want it. Do you see? It wants to be a similar side. This hand is driving me mad. So peel it, press, peel it, press, peel it, press. Turn it upside down. This is just one way you can use the sticky back canvas. You could use it lots of different ways. So I'm just going to pull that to the end. I'm going to press this side up, press that side down, and fold it over. Okay, so I've got two nice corners here. Now, that's the top corner and that's the top corner. So I'm going to put something at the bottom here. And this will fit in, as we know, but I have to mark, oops. So fit it in. Come on. Actually, do you know what I can do? You might find this easier because my hand's not behaving well. Let's fold that back. I'm just struggling with this hand, but it'll be all right. It'll be fine. Let's stick that there and then it'll be easier to do. So then I want to fold it down like so. And I just want to take a pencil or a pen, doesn't really matter. And I want to mark there, okay? And then, sorry, I'm going to get my scissors. And I'm going to cut it across where I marked it. Just going to check. I'm a bit long on this side, so I'm just going to trim it a little bit. It doesn't have to be right. I'm going to disguise it with paint anyway. Okay, and then I'm going to pull that and I'm going to fold that over. Okay, so that's the bottom half. These, by the way, are really, really good for if you want to put some washi tape on or some stickers that you're not sure about using. These are really good. You can keep these and use them. I often have these in my dialogues so that I can put stickers on. I'm going to save this bit here, okay, because these are going to go in here. Yeah, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to do the same at the opposite end. So I'm going to turn it upside down and I'm going to do the same at this end, okay? So I'm going to peel that back. And I want to see, let's see, I think I'm just going to have a quick guess. I think it's, yeah. So you can just do it by eye. Okay. Again, just put a little okay, and then this is going to fit in here. Let me just straighten that off. It doesn't look massively, doesn't look straight, so I'm just going to, I'm going to sneeze. Am I going? Oh, excuse me. I just want it to be really straight. You could measure everything, but if you know me, you know it's the last thing I do. Wonderful. So if I put that there, just need to see, let me do it there. I can see where that line is. And if I do it there, I can see where that line is. And then I join the two lines up. And that should fit wonderful. Okay, and then what should we have? Should we have a leg? Yes, because the head will be over the top. Let's have a leg. So again, if I go this way, make a mark. So you could do it this way, or you could stick the top down like I did last time. Either way. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. This, by the way, this little bit that I cut off, if you take the back off it, you can make it into like a little tag, a little page turner. That would make two. So I always keep all of these. So now we have the cats coming here. And this time I'm going to sit it there. Fold it this way and then lift this bit up. There we go. Fold up the side, fold up the bottom. Oh, not quite cut it enough, so I'm just going to put an extra little snip. There we go. Curve that over the bottom. And then, where's the rest of the blue? So the rest of the blue is going to go in here. So again, let's make a little mark. If you use this line, it's got the lines going up the side which are straight, so you can line it up with that. Let's take the back off. Let's take this. Let's keep that for later. Let's check. Which way is it? That way? No, it's this way. Let's check that fits in. Perfect. Ta-da! Done. Okay. I have one left from the pack. I used 7 there. This is the largest box. The smaller the boxes, the less you'd use. But like I said, I don't tend to do it on the smaller boxes unless I'm using it as a box or giving it to somebody as a box. Because this bulk that goes around here, if you have too much, you're going to struggle doing them as nesting boxes this way. So you can either leave it blank like that, or if you see on here, I've gone over with black. So I'm going to add black. onto here. So I'm just going to take, sorry, I forgot my tea. Oh no, we've run out of biscuits, I'm sorry. The front row ate them. If you're further back than the front row, I'm sorry, I'll get more. Goodness me. So I'm going to use my black marble paint. Okay, not too much. And I'm just going to do the edges first. My paint dries really quick, so we'll be fine. So I'm just going to go over the edges. On some of my boxes, I've done all the inside. On these, I'm just going as far as this. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so I'm just going to do the edges. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint the box, but I'm going to need a bit more paint. I'm going to bring it up onto the canvas. So if you have done it really uneven, you're not going to see. So can you see I'm painting the box, but I'm actually coming up onto the canvas as well. I'll do 2 coats. A bit more paint. Oh. So you could have left it. You could do a different colour as well. It could have been red, or it could have been, you know, anything. So I'm going to do a second coat on that now. I'm normally working on more than one box, a lot more than one box at a time. So normally things will dry. But my paint is very quick drying anyway. Look, that's dry. The surface of these boxes is amazing. The quality. I think when you first pick them up and you go, ooh, 3 boxes, but the quality, I might have to put a little bit of glue on there. I've knocked it twice. The quality of these boxes is amazing. I mean, wouldn't this be a lovely gift for somebody? You could make 3 gifts, put canvas on the top of all of them, and then just add in some chocolates, some sweets, some crafting things, anything like that. So there we go. That is the first box. Some people don't like the white and cut it off. I like the white. I like it to separate. I like everything being separated on there. This is really hard wearing. This box here, just let me show you this box. This is a really, really old, one of my old original boxes. And this has been done, oh my gosh, this has been done 18 months. They just wear beautifully. So I've covered journals with the sticky back canvas as well. There's one. Can you see? So here's what is this one? Oh, a ledger journal. There's a ledger journal with sticky back canvas all over the front, and you can see I've mixed the sets up here. I've got different sets in there, but that's a really good option for the box. So that's that one finished. Now, I did tell you to keep a box as well for other things, and what I do with this is I am just going to use up my leftover paint. I normally wouldn't have black as the first colour, but that's the first colour I've used, so there we go. And all you're going to do is every time you paint something, you're going to clean off your blending tool onto, just create dots. Sometimes have them going like over the top, sometimes just have full ones, maybe half ones, and you're just going to create circles on there, okay? And then you put that to one side, and next time you use a paint, you add circles, you add circles, you add circles. So this will come right at the end of the series. You will see that finished. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're going to follow along with me. If you enjoyed it, like and subscribe. I always forget to say that. And I shall see you in part 2. Bye.